Hello, my students. Welcome to science class. Okay, so this is our first time for studying from e-learning. From the video, and hopefully all of you keep being healthy at home, and so that's why you can keep following this study. All right, everybody, let's open your science primary 3B book. Let's open page 110. It's Science Unit 21, and the title is The Sun, the Earth, and the Moon. So, before we study, actually I have proposed 3 questions that can be answered from this chapter. What are they? So the first question is, why is the sun important to all living things? And the second, where are the sun and the moon? And the third is, how do the sun, the earth, and the moon look like from the space? So, for answering these questions, let's find it in this chapter, and we have to answer and get it a question. Okay, the first topic is the sun provides light and heat. Okay, as you know, we have talked about light and heat in previous chapter, and we have already discussed about the uses and also probably some effects that can be gathered if we gather the light and heat, especially from the sun. Remember, the sun is our main source of light and heat on the earth. Without the sun, we cannot gather the light and the heat naturally. Living things on the earth really need the energy from the sun. Why? Remember, for examples like the plants. How can they survive on the earth? Because they are able to produce the food, their own food, from the sunlight. Imagine if there is no sunlight, is it possible for them to survive or to make the food? It's impossible, right? And the second, for example, like animals, because of the sunlight or because of the light and the heat from the sun, they can even survive. Their body can work properly if they gather enough sunlight, and they can be able to find it or to find the prey or their food by their own because of the sunlight. And especially for humans, we cannot stay in low temperature. If the temperature is too cold, we are going to die. Even we have like heater or something like a tool that can help us to make our body warm, but it's not as same as the sun. Okay, and did you know the living things use the heat and the light from the sun for making food, for getting light, for hunting, for warming, for drying, or for surviving. So there are a lot of functions of the sun. And the amount of heat from the sun that reaches the earth is enough to keep the earth warm and support life. If we see the sun from the sky, we can see that the size of the sun is not really big, or is not same as the earth. Did you know that the sun is more bigger and much bigger than the earth? And did you know the distance between the sun and the earth is really far away, and you need a couple of years if you want to reach to the sun. So even the sun is far away from the earth, it's pretty enough to make our earth to be warmer, and it can support our life. And next, what will happen if the earth without the sun? Of course, there are some bad effects that can be faced by the living things or the things that live on the earth. The first one, the earth will be so cold. Of course, nobody or nothing can stay or survive on the earth if the temperature is too low or too cold. So everybody will die. And the second, no living things will be able to stay. So even we have electricity, it's impossible for living things for surviving, especially for plants and animals, because they really need the light and the heat from the sun. Next, the sun and the moon in space. Did you know the location the sun and the moon is in the space? So, the sun and the moon are in the sky or in the space. What is the meaning of space? Space is a huge and dark area outside from the earth. So, it indicates the sun and the moon are really far away from the earth or in the space. It's not inside the earth. And did you know the moon actually moves around the earth? So the earth will stay and the moon will move around the earth. So that's why we in some different places we only can see the moon during or in the evening, because the moon will turn around and move around the earth, and it takes time to see the sun and the moon. And did you know that the earth is a planet and it will move around the sun? So the earth is not stay. The earth doesn't stay, but the earth will move around the sun. So that's why we can all of the places on the earth can gather enough sunlight. Here, the shape of the sun, the earth, and the moon. So mostly, if we conclude it, the sun, the earth, and the moon, they are shaped like a sphere. So the sun, the earth, and the moon, mostly, or actually, they are shaped like a sphere. Especially the sun. It's like a huge ball, and it's made up of hot gases. So everything that get near the sun, they will be burned. Nothing can survive if you come too near the sun. And how about the earth? So the earth is not flat. Even with things, even we live here, and we have never realized that, oh, probably the earth is flat. No, it's wrong. Actually, it seems like the sun. It is shaped like a sphere. And there are land and water on the earth. So the difference between the sun and the earth, the sun is made up of hot gases, but the earth, mostly the surface of the earth, are land and water. And the last one is the moon. The moon, it doesn't give off its own light. So, even we can see the moon in the evening or at night, and it has light, as we know, it has light, but actually they don't produce the light by itself. Actually, the light, it reflects from the sun. So if there's no the sun, it's impossible for the moon has its own light. So if there's no sun, everything is dark in the space. Here, there are some possibilities or the phases of the moon. So in several times, in several months, we will find different kinds. Actually, it's the same moon, but the position or the rotation, it will be different. So that's why in some period of time, if we look at the sky, they probably will look different from before. So for understanding this in depth, I would like to share a video. And what should you do there? I will tell you on Google Classroom. So please check the exercise or the task, the assignment that I will give it to you for helping you to understand this topic. Alright, thank you so much for your attention in this chapter. I'm so sorry I can't show my face. I think it's better to just show the materials. And see you next meeting again. And if you have any question or if you don't understand about my explanation, you can chat me directly on Google Classroom. Okay, thank you so much for your attention. Keep being healthy and see you. Bye.